What is going on, video game fiends, and welcome back to a brand new Destiny 2 video. I wanted to talk a little bit about chain reaction, a perk I think it's going to be very important in the final shape. I have a gut feeling that the final shape is going to be very hard. I don't think it's going to be easy content, being that this is the sort of grand finale of the 10-year story. I think if you remember Neomuna's original difficulty, I think that was sort of gauging how players react to that. I, for one, was all for it. I love hard content. When I play a game, I pick the hardest difficulty first, and that's what I finish the game on. And if there's a, higher difficulty after you finish the game and, you have to get trophies for that difficulty, I'll finish that difficulty also. But I think chain reaction is going to be a key perk in the final shape, especially if you have an enhanced weapon that allows you to have that perk enhanced. One of the weapons that I personally love is the dimensional Hypotrochoid from Neomuna, the heavy waveframe grenade launcher, which is an amazing grenade launcher for ad clearing. But the one thing about it is that it is getting a nerf and it is getting a buff. For your primary or kinetic slot grenade launchers, they're going to get a 15% smaller detonation radius and do 20% less damage. How significant that is, we won't know until we actually get into the content, but there's a plus to that. Heavy grenade launchers like the Hula Baloo will get a 30% increase in damage. I think that's huge, being that chain reaction is already a powerful perk. So if you've kept your Hula Baloo with the chain reaction, and like the one I have here, Volt Shot. But I also wanted to talk about maybe some other weapons that you have in your Volt that maybe you didn't know have chain reaction. Maybe some weapons that are even craftable that have chain reaction. Maybe some weapons you can actually farm right now before the season ends. And we'll talk about that in a little bit, because there is one you can farm that I recently got on the moon. The Wendigo rolls with chain reaction. Brutal roll here with rangefinder. Wish I had a better roll. But I'm definitely going to farm it the next time it's around, because I didn't know it had chain reaction. I was looking in my vault at all the weapons that had a chain reaction. I was surprised at how many had it. The Bump in the Night, chain reaction, and this is craftable. Unfortunately, I don't have a craftable version of that, but that would be awesome. Tarnation is craftable. I don't have it enhanced here because I just found out myself, and I crafted it with impact casing, spike grenades, and quick launch. So this, if you have the red borders for this does chain reaction. Not the most powerful out of all the grenade launchers, but it has chain reaction. There's quite a few other weapons that are not also grenade launchers. There's rockets that have chain reaction. There's swords that have chain reaction. So here, like I was going through my vault, I was looking at some stuff, and the thin precipice has chain reaction craftable. I crafted it. I'm definitely going to enhance it. Another weapon that could be viable in the final shape. Obviously, swords being pretty powerful, great for ad clearing. I mean, chain reaction is just I think is going to be really, really important. The Slammer, I don't know if the Slammer had chain reaction. I don't think it does. I'm not 100% for. That's the only role I have that, but it might be because it's one of the newer swords that you get from playing Vanguard. However, there's also the Dragon Coat Sickle that you get from Warlord's Ruin. Chain reaction, slice, which is great for this season. I know not the most popular sword type, but I still think it can be a very viable weapon in the final shape. Another sword that rolls with chain reaction that we've recently got back into rotation is the Falling Guillotine from the Onslaught DLC. This also rolls with chain reaction. You saw that chain reaction surrounded, and chain reaction and destabilizing rounds. I think this is a great role to have. And remember, these perks will be enhanceable in the final shape. You don't have to go to the Enclave, from what I understand, to enhance those also, which is a plus. If you kept a Cronin Duologue, chain reaction demolitionist, I think this is a great role. So by now, guys, you should know that I think chain reaction is going to be a big deal. It's not just on grenade launchers. It's also on rockets, on swords. Check your volts. Look, I have an ascendancy that I've never used that has chain reaction, which I'm gonna obviously update to start using. Hero of Aegis sword, chain reaction, unrelenting, another great perk combo. But yeah, I think this is something we should all be looking at. There's a reason why Bungie is looking at this particular perk for the Final Shape DLC, and I think it's because of the hard content that's going to be in the Final Shape. Now, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong, guys. I don't know. This is just me talking and just thinking and reading all the blogs, all the recent nerfs, especially last week's blog, which just destroyed a lot of loadouts. Weather Radiance got nerfed heavily. So these are some of the things as to why I started thinking about what perk is going to be viable and prevalent overall in the Final Shape, being that my gut feeling is going to be hard. So let me log out of my Warlock and into my Hunter, because I have the other two weapons I want to talk about there, which I think are a must for anyone. Don't forget, In Transit also rolls with chain reaction and is going to be enhanceable. So keep that in mind if you have an Edge Transit, or if you don't, you may want to farm one. But the Love and Death Grenade Launcher from the Moon, you can still grab that quest and get this bad boy. Chain Reaction, Impact Casing, Solar. I believe this is the only Solar grenade launcher with chain reaction. I wish I had better perks in the first and second column, but I'm glad I have a masterwork for reload. The other one, which I personally love, and is unfortunately it is hard to get, is the Dimensional Hypotrochoid from Neomuna. This is, I think, a very underrated grenade launcher. I think it's fantastic. As you can see, 7228 enemies. I actually have more than that because I used it the other night to do some more Onslaught. But this is a fantastic grenade launcher. Absolutely love it. Stasis does really, really good damage overall, whether it's single enemy or a bunch of ads. I think that this is a must. I don't see or hear about this grenade launcher just because I know it's hard to get, and I know it is a wave frame, so you're not going to use this for DPS or anything like that. But in any other situations, whether it's even a Nightfall, you know, Legend Nightfall, maybe not so much a Master Nightfall, I think it's a very, very viable grenade launcher overall, and I really highly recommend it. I know it's hard to farm, but I'm going to show you sort of the way to farm it, even though it has been patched, so to speak. Bungie did patch the way you farm this, so it's a lot harder to get now. But first, let me show you how to get the Love and Death grenade launcher. This is at the lectern table. You can go on here and just grab the quest. And I forgot to mention, this is on the Moon. Again, this is the lectern table here. You can grab the Essence of Insanity quest. If you don't have any Phantasmal Core, you can go right at the bottom here and grab one and start your quest. I already have a quest, so I can't hold another one because, like I said, I am still farming this bad boy. So that's that. So now let's talk about the Dimensional Hypotrochoid. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. God damn, that's a crazy word to call a grenade launcher, man. So what you're going to want to do is load into Neomuna, and instead of going to a landing zone, you're going to want to go to the terminal overload point. This will allow you to reset the patrols in both areas, actually in the three areas, so that you can keep loading in and try to find that gold patrol that has the possibility, the bigger chance of dropping a red border for you. Luckily for me, before they did the patch, I actually got every single red border. But this is what you're going to want to do. Once you land here, bring up your ghost, and you're going to check for the patrols to see which one is gold. If they're not gold, you just go to the next section, as you see that I'll be doing here. So once you arrive in the next section, again, bring out your ghosts and look for that gold patrol. And it just so happens that there's one here. Go over to that gold patrol, grab it, do the quest, whatever it is that they're asking you to do, and you're gonna have a much bigger chance of getting that red border for the dimensional hypercotroid. Whatever. I hope I said that right. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. I hope this is helpful in understanding that maybe chain reaction might be a very, very good perk to sort of focus on. I'm going to leave you with some gameplay to Onslaught. This gameplay is going to have the dimensional Hypotrochoid. I'm going to actually cut out a few clips where I thought it's sort of relevant to what I'm talking about when it comes to that grenade launcher and why I highly recommend that you get it for going into the final shape. But yeah, guys, that's it. I hope this video was helpful in making you understand that maybe chain reaction or a perk like chain reaction is going to be really important in the final shape. If you think there's something else that may be just as good or just as powerful, leave a comment, let me know. Maybe I should, do a video on that or check that perk out. Again, I appreciate you guys watching and stopping by. I'm pretty new to all this stuff, so I'm trying to post up at least 1 to 2 videos a week, and I know it's been all Destiny content, but I do have some other stuff coming up. I do have some Elden Ring videos coming up. I do have some more Stellar Blade and some more. I'm actually going to get back into Returnal because I need to finish my character level 299. So I'm going to help out some people with some of the bosses and finishing Returnal on that aspect. If you need help on Returnal, since I'm going to get back into it, leave a comment, hit me up, add me, leave me a DM saying that you need help with Returnal, and I'll be more than happy to help you out. If you have a mic or if you don't have a mic, it doesn't really matter. I'll help you either way. Until the next one, keep on gaming.